I did a lot of research about how to naturally lower your prolactin level, and one of the biggest ones was stop wearing bras, which I thought was hilarious. Hey everybody, it is Elle, or Ariel. I am back for another update for all of you. So as you know, I had my cycle day 3 testing and I shared those results with you guys, and I said that a lot of the testing was a little bit off. So I had a second RE appointment and we went over all of the cycle day 3 testing. So she said that actually everything was well within range. I did have 26 follicles, which seems like a lot for someone that's not on any medication. But she said that for someone that's 25, I guess that's not super unusual. So, so we're just going with it. And she said that they weren't like mature follicles, they were just growing. And so she just said that that was normal for someone that's 25. So I guess that's good. She said the other stuff was all pretty normal, but that if I was nervous that she would test me for PCOS. So what that means is not just the ultrasound, because they already did an internal ultrasound during cycle day 3, but to come back on another cycle day 3 and they would test a whole bunch of other stuff. So I went back and I got tested for a whole bunch of other stuff. She did say the only thing that was abnormal was something called my prolactin level. Now, prolactin is only produced by the body when you are breastfeeding. So I've never been pregnant, I've never breastfed, so that's unusual to have it high, and it was definitely high. I think it was 46, and the range that they want to see people at that aren't breastfeeding is between 0 and 10, so 46 was pretty darn high. And she asked me all about like symptoms or if I've had anything, and I was like, no, I've never seen any symptoms of like high prolactin. But I have had really sore chests, and I've had symptoms of like low progesterone. So what's funny is I guess if you have really high prolactin, which is somewhat unusual but not like crazy unusual, it can actually stop you from ovulating. So if you don't ovulate, then you don't have a whole lot of progesterone in your system. So I could have had symptoms of low progesterone all this time. She did not test me for progesterone. I have literally asked my midwife and my doctor to test me. No one has tested me. So I'm just kind of going with it because they said that it might be an unusual value anyways because with this prolactin thing, but if we get that in check, then I might go up to normal values. I don't know. For whatever reason, no one's seen the need to test my progesterone, even though I've asked them to. But I'm just kind of going with what they've said, and we'll go from there. Let's see what else. So she did do all the blood tests for PCOS, and they actually all came back negative. So I guess I don't have PCOS, even though all this time I was like, wow, all these levels are super off and it must be from PCOS. But I guess it's not. So I don't have PCOS, which I'm really happy with. She did say that she does think I have endometriosis, and when I rechecked all of the cycle day 3 testing again, my prolactin was still high. It was at 38. So, and in between then, I did a lot of research about how to naturally lower your prolactin level, and one of the biggest ones was stop wearing bras, which I thought was hilarious. So what I've been doing is actually just wearing these camisoles that have like a built-in shelf, and I wear them super loose. Like I'm usually a size medium and I got extra large. So all it does is kind of keep me modest, like so I'm not showing anything underneath shirts, but it's super loose, there's no support, and I've actually had less like breast tenderness because of since starting this, and my levels did go down. Not enough, but they did go down. So she said that because the levels were elevated, that I would need to go on a medication called Parlodel. And so I've officially been, or the generic is bromocriptine. And so she diagnosed me with something called hyperprolactinemia, and she gave me the prescription for Parlodel. Now I guess the way that it works is there's a new version of it called scopolamine, something like that, and it has almost no side effects. But the problem is it's super new, or within the last like 5-ish years new, and they haven't really done any good studies on it with pregnancy, and Parladel has been studied. So even though Parladel has side effects, it's the old version, it is safe during pregnancy. So she put me on that because obviously if we're trying to conceive, you don't want to be on medicine that is not safe. So the only downside is it does have a lot of side effects. So I don't know if you can tell, but I look kind of tired. A little bit of a mess, but that's okay. So it starts out really slowly, like you start with a quarter of a pill for 2 days and then a half a pill for 2 days, and then you start the full dose after I think 7 days. So it's like 3 days of the quarter pill, 3 days of a half pill, and then the 7th day you do the full pill, and then you take 1 pill every night before bed, or in my case every morning before bed because I work as a night shift nurse, and you go from there. And they said you obviously report any like side effects or anything like that, but they do expect to have some side effects in the beginning. So in the beginning they kind of say like don't really exercise. The biggest thing is blood pressure. Like you can get really easy orthostatic hypotension where like you stand up and you black out. So that's not fun. It makes you sleepier, dizzier, things like that. So the first week was not very fun. So now I'm 2 weeks into it and I'm having almost no side effects, which is really wonderful. The only weird part is it's technically a dopamine antagonist. So I guess you could say like I don't have as much dopamine in my system, but I'm not like sad or depressed. It's more like it affects those little bits of dopamine you get, like when you, for example, when you like do the dishes and you feel really good about yourself and you're like, oh yay, I did something good and that feels awesome. I don't get that anymore, so we have been jokingly calling it my lazy pill because it makes me feel like just sitting on the couch and being lazy. So that's kind of our running joke right now. So yeah, I have very few side effects, but they're definitely there. And they have scheduled me a brain MRI to have basically a really detailed picture taken of my brain to look at the pituitary gland, because they said that they want to make sure, you know, knock on wood, that there's nothing wrong with the pituitary gland as to why I'm putting out all this prolactin when I shouldn't be. So, and yeah, no, I've had no like stimulation or anything like that. Like it's hilarious in this house. We're like, it's hands off this area because I don't want to abnormally raise it any more than it needs to. So anyways, so I have been on the Parladel or bromocriptine for 2 weeks and I'm doing well. They said that most likely, so I'm going to be on it through trying to conceive and through pregnancy, all the way through pregnancy, and then towards the end I will stop. They said it's a good thing they figured this out because I guess it can cause miscarriage in people, so that would be horrible to go through all this and then have a miscarriage, or in general I just feel like miscarriages are devastating, so that would be really hard. So I'm glad they figured this out. So I'm going to be on this all the way through trying to conceive and through pregnancy. And then when I'm done being pregnant, when I give birth, I will go off of it so that I can breastfeed successfully. And then once I'm done with breastfeeding, I will go on a different medication, the new one that has almost no side effects, for when I'm not pregnant. So, and they basically have said I'm going to be on it probably for the rest of my life, just to make sure that the levels stay down, because there can be side effects and all kinds of other issues from it. So I just wanted to, you know, come on real quick and let you guys know this new crazy medicine that I'm on and that it's working and that I'm hanging in there. And it's been a rough first go of it, but now I'm on the full pill and I'm doing great. One thing I have definitely noticed for anyone else that has to take this out there is that you need to take it with food. You need to take it with food. I'm telling you, seriously. The couple times I have not taken it with food, I have gotten nauseous, I've had like low blood sugar, I've been super cranky and dizzy and terrible. So now, literally, I make myself a meal before I take it and go to bed. So like literally before I go to bed, I'll make myself a breakfast sandwich, or I'll make myself eggs or toast or a bagel or something that is like hearty. And I'll have a big glass of milk with it so that I have like some stuff in my stomach, because if you don't take it with food, you feel the side effects so much more. Even like the dizziness and stuff, it just doesn't it does not compute. So take it with food. If you are diagnosed with hyperprolactinemia and you need to take Parladel or bromocriptine, take it with food, people. I was told to take it with food, but it was like, oh yeah, I should probably take it with a snack. No. No, 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 no. You take this with a meal. Trust me. So anyways, I will keep you guys updated on everything going on with us fertility-wise, and that's it for now, guys. And if you like, subscribe. Bye.